helping me with tonight's translation from English to Spanish. I have a special guest directly from Havana who will be joining us tonight. And I want to read about her a little bit. Iliana Hernandez Cardoza was born in 1973. She is a Cuban activist, reporter for Cibercuba in Havana, residing in Cojimar, Havana, Cuba. She's a cyclist, a model, a dancer. She immigrated to Spain in 1996, where she studied dental prosthesis and community manager, and taught and doubled as a first actress in a series of films. She decided to repatriate herself to Cuba, where she created, presented, and produced the Cuban Lens, Lente Cubano, which is an audiovisual program that embodied the Cuban reality through culture, citizens' complaint, the promotion of Cuban businesses, the dissemination of the known and the unknown artists in the landscape of the island. In September of 2016, she launched the program in Miami and was warned on her return to the island at the airport about the contents of the same, especially with the citizens' complaint section. The audiovisual, which circulated on the internet through the package or el paquete, took her to the eye of the state of security. And in February of 2017, Hernandez, also a founding member of Somos Más movement, was arrested in Old Havana and stripped of her personal belongings. Prior to this arrest, Iliana had suffered others for her work as the activist in Somos Más, her participation in 2013 in States Project, and in 2016, together with Jose Daniel Ferrer, leader of UNPACO, who was deported to Santiago, Cuba. Hernandez has been marked by several threats and arrests, but that has not prevented her, at the very least, from continuing her work and reporting on the streets of Cuba. In May of 2019, she was arrested along with other activists during the march organized by the Cuban LGBTI plus community. In January of 2020, state security officers and Revolutionary National Police raided her house looking for red paint to link her to the clandestine opposition movement, whose actions are intended to remove, with painting of this color, images of Fidel Castro's pouring it over murals and busts. In the Cuban regime's efforts to boycott her activism, she has been charged with many crimes of reception and confiscated many personal objects that, according to the regime, do not have any documentations to prove their properties. She, along with 13 other members of the San Isidro movement, were part of the November Cuartelados, which were the group of members that were huddled into a house and were not allowed to go in or out while they were doing a hunger strike. She was actually reporting there And for that activism and all she has done, she was actually named Cuban the IWBF, which is the Foundation for Women in the Media. What she was selected as, along with Camila Acosta, as the bravest in Latin America and the Caribbean. And I'm going to quote what they said about her in that. Now it says, in the midst of global pandemic and in recognition of racial justice, women journalists continue to be at the forefront of crisis around the world. Yet their voices are under attack. Women journalists around the world are under attack in online and offline simply by doing their jobs. Together, let's use this month to show women that we see, appreciate, and celebrate them. This year, we will highlight women on the front lines reporting on COVID-19 and social unrest. Explain the IWMF. And I'm going to bring along Angel. Hi. You are muted.
Yes, I was watching a video that Kurecha sent me. Thank you, Kurecha. I do appreciate it. Good evening. Can you imagine what Kurecha sends?
I don't want to imagine what Kurecha sends.
Nothing. No, it's just funny.
Okay.
Good evening. It's always a pleasure being here with you.
Thank you for joining us. What happened to Iliana? We had her back in our back studio, and I don't see her now.
Did you lose her?
It seems like we lost her. She is not there anymore.
All right, let me try something.
It looks like I'm gonna.
Well, I was telling you earlier that she's under constant attack. Is she there?
No. You would.
Well, we'll see. Let's give it a couple of minutes.
Yes, let's do. So she's coming in tonight. Of course, I'm going to interview her about a couple of things prior to that, but she's coming in to talk about a new project that she's working on, and I believe you've been very active in this project as well, friend. So we have a lot to talk about tonight.
Let me try. So her Safari in the phone cannot open the link, but I'm gonna send the link again. Let's see if she has better luck now. She should no Firefox. I'm telling her what to try. So did you see what happened today with the other two acuartelados, hunker down? The other two guys who hunker down in San Isidro.
Here we are.
You got her?
Lo siento.
Welcome.
No. Tuve que apagar el teléfono, salir, entrar. Esto no es fácil. El ataque.
Pues, ok, bueno. Después que te hice una bienvenida magistral, cuando llegué, no estabas ahí.
Pero estamos, ¿no? Ya estamos, ¿no?
Ya estamos. Bienvenida. Antes que nada, muchas gracias por aceptar. Bueno, déjame ponerte Angelito, te voy a cambiar.
Of course.
Bienvenida y antes todo muchas gracias por aceptar mi invitación y por estar aquí con nosotros. Vamos a darle entre una y la otra, hay que darle chance a Ángel para que traduzca.
Yeah.
Vale, bueno, pues nada, encantada de estar aquí y a ver si no nos siguen saboteando.
Well, Iskra said, thank you very much for being here. It's an honor. And she said, it's my pleasure to be here, and hope for the regime not to attack me with the connection, which they typically do.
Iliana, llevo mucho tiempo siguiéndote, soy admiradora tuya, como de muchas otras valientes cubanas. La mujer cubana dentro de la isla creo que están haciendo de la diferencia. Vamos a darle chance a Ángel porque sé que es difícil.
It's fine. For a long time, I have been an admirer. As many other women in Cuba, you guys are making a difference.
Yo como mujer, también de cierta manera haciendo lo que puedo de mi lado, veo que de alguna manera a nosotras las mujeres también nos toca nuestra tarea. ¿Cómo tú ves que podemos ayudar a que sean más mujeres las que se unan a esta lucha?
Apoyándolas, apoyando a cada mujer.
So, as a woman, I'm trying to do my part, but I see that somehow we also have to do our duty. How can we help to get more women to join the struggle?
Apoyándolas. Yo creo que cada mujer que da un paso al frente y más a esa mujer que nunca ha salido de Cuba, que tiene que luchar el pan para sus hijos, que no ve otra salida para sus hijos y para sí misma, que dar el paso al frente para cambiar este sistema que nos está acabando la vida a todos.
Yeah, it's basically by supporting them. Each woman who has to struggle every day, try to put food on their table for their kids, we have to help them understand that they have to step ahead and try to make a permanent change in the status quo against the dictatorship.
Te voy a hacer una pregunta personal, pero tiene un porqué. ¿Eres madre?
No.
A personal question, but there is a why. Are you a mother?
No soy madre. Soy una de las pocas mujeres que decidió no ser madre. Espero que no todas piensen como yo, porque si no despoblamos la tierra. Pero yo tengo el derecho a elegir mi vida, tenerla del modo que desee. Y cuando vives en Europa, por ejemplo, que tienes tantas cosas que hacer,
claro, mi amor.
Pues piensas, además tengo tantas amigas que también piensan como yo en ese sentido, ¿no?
Claro.
Es maravilloso ser madre, lo sé, sí. Es maravilloso. Yo soy tía, soy prima.
La razón de mi pregunta es...
Me encantan los niños, pero...
I hope I'm... no, so I decided not to become a mother. I hope I'm the exception, because otherwise the population in the planet is going to disappear. But it was my right to choose the way I lived my life, especially in Europe, where you have so many things to do, so many options to live your life. I have many friends who think like me, but I also appreciate women who decide to become mothers. I'm actually an aunt, I'm a cousin, you know.
La razón de mi pregunta, primero porque quiero que todos te conozcan un poquito más personalmente.
So the reason my question was, first of all, because I want everybody to get to know you more personally, and also,
y porque sé que hay muchas madres en Cuba que pasan trabajo viendo que sus hijos jóvenes hoy en día quieren salir a esa lucha que está allá afuera, que jóvenes como tú, como muchos otros, se quieren unir a ella, pero ellas los quieren aguantar para que no salgan.
so, and the other reason is because
Sí,
there are many
Ángel,
mothers,
traduce para yo responder.
yes, there are many mothers who struggle when they see their children wanting to join the fight against the dictatorship, and it's a problem for them to, you know, to, I guess, balance that, the love for the children and their desire to go fight against the dictatorship.
Bueno, yo no soy madre, pero soy hija. Lógico, tengo que tener una mamá y un papá. Y sí, es cierto, yo tengo 47 años y sé lo que es que la madre esté preocupada, es normal, pero si precisamente hago esta lucha por la libertad de Cuba es para que las madres no tengan que preocuparse porque sus hijos piensen de la manera que piensen y deseen cosas, un futuro en su país y no fuera de este, y para eso es que estamos luchando, para poder tener el futuro dentro de Cuba y no fuera de Cuba. Entonces eso, mi madre lo entiende y lo apoya.
Yeah, I'm also a daughter, remember? So I have a mama and a dad, and yeah, it's true. I'm 47, and I understand the worries and the concerns that this fight bring to so many mothers. But that's precisely why I am fighting this fight, because I don't want a future where mothers have to worry anymore about the way their children think, and a future of freedom where this is not a struggle anymore, I guess.
Iliana, has estado involucrada en muchas cosas. Te hemos visto en las marchas, te hemos visto apoyando, bueno, empezaste con Somos Más, te hemos visto apoyando a la UNPACO, te hemos visto apoyando a las
todo.
marchas, a todo.
San Isidro.
Go ahead.
No, San Isidro.
Sí, bueno, exacto. Bueno, esa iba a ser ya mi última.
Sorry.
¿Cómo llegas a San Isidro? Sé que tenías ya vínculos con San Isidro, pero cuando llegaron a lo acuartelado, ¿estabas ahí en ese momento o fuiste ahí a reportar y te quedaste ya? ¿Cómo fue que llegaste en ese momento? ¿Qué pasó?
Iliana, you have been involved in many things. You've been in marches, protests, rallies. You were in Somos Más, you were in UNPACO, and also in Acuartelados de San Isidro. You were one of the people who hunkered down with the San Isidro, some of the San Isidro movement people. So, because you had some connections with them. Now, my question is, how did it happen? Were you there when they started hunkering down, or did you go there to report and then you joined them? How exactly did you end up in San Isidro, in Damas 956, 944? ¿Cuál era la dirección de Damas?
Bueno, yo tengo una peculiaridad. Yo, además de periodista, soy activista política. Antes de ser periodista, ya era activista política. Y si hago el periodismo es por mi vinculación al activismo. Cuando yo llegué a San Isidro, llegué después de 4 o 5 días siendo detenida por leer poesía junto a otros jóvenes que estábamos exigiendo la liberación de Denis Solís en Cuba y Chacón. Nos detenían todos los días y decidimos acuartelarnos allí en San Isidro para que no hubiesen más detenciones por parte de los represores de la seguridad del Estado hacia nosotros, pues lo que hicimos fue cambiar la estrategia que teníamos.
So I have a peculiarity. Besides being a journalist, I'm also a political activist. So when that happened, I was part of a group that was for 4 or 5 days reciting poetry, asking for the freedom of Denis Solis in Cuba Street and Chacon Street. That's where the police station is, a renowned police station in Old Havana resides or is located. And we were, of course, harassed by the police. So we decided to change strategies and hunker down in acuartelados with the San Isidro people.
Ahora estás trabajando en proyectos nuevos, vamos a hablar de esos en un momento, pero después que sales de San Isidro, te hacen un acto de repudio. Yo fui víctima de actos de repudio en Cuba de 9 añitos de edad, porque yo salí de Cuba en el año 80, cuando en Mariel. Hoy vimos actos de repudios donde habían niños dentro de esa casa.
So, yeah, I wanted to take a second to say hello to Mr. Esteban Rodríguez. Quería saludar a Esteban Rodríguez, que está en el chat.
Hola, Esteban.
Hermano. So, you are working in many projects. After San Isidro, the hunker down and acuartelados, you were a victim of a rally from the paramilitary troops of the government. Actually, I also was a victim, and by I mean Istra. Istra was a victim of these rallies back in the 80s when her family decided to leave Cuba. And today we saw the same thing happening.
As a child.
We saw the same thing happening in the house of Adrián Rubio and Angel Valdez. It's a house where there were 3 little kids that were victims of this violent kind of harassment and repression from the paramilitary forces sent and supported by the government.
I wasn't done with my question. En mi caso, estos actos dejaron traumas, porque cuando uno es niño no entiende lo que están haciendo estas personas. ¿Cómo tú te sientes sobre lo que está haciendo este gobierno? Porque a un adulto aún así le duele, pero podemos reaccionar diferente que un niño. ¿Cómo te sientes tú al respecto?
Bueno, imagínate que...
Deja que termine.
So, yeah, in my case, after this experience, of course, I suffer some post-traumatic, stress, you can call it disorder, or lingering effects. And as a kid, you don't understand what's going on. How do you feel about what they do when they do these rallies as an adult? Understanding the difference, of course, between kids and adults. What do you think about these rallies? ¿Qué piensas de estos?
Bueno, imagínate que yo lo sufrí de mayor, pero también recuerdo haberlo visto de niña. A los 7 años tenía yo, cuando los 80, y una imagen que me traumatizó muchísimo fue cuando yo estaba viendo un noticiero y vi a un niño de mi edad corriendo con su madre que iba en dirección a una embajada, y veo que ella va con 2 cartuchos, como los que habían antes, que eran 2 cartuchos, y el niño se cae. Y la gente empieza a gritar, bueno, ya estaba gritando, ya estaba tirándole cosas y demás, y veo cómo esa mujer tira lo que llevaba encima para agarrar a su hijo y cargarlo, y se va sin bolsas ni nada. Cuando yo vi esa imagen, a mí me traumatizó también, porque yo no era ese niño, pero ese niño tenía mi edad. Y no entendía por qué a ese niño que tenía mi edad le hacían eso. Pues lo mismo ha pasado hoy en el acto de repudio que le hicieron a los niños de Ángel, porque evidentemente ellos estaban ahí y ellos no tuvieron ninguna consideración de que ahí hubiesen niños, como tampoco tuvieron la consideración en los años 80 y como nunca han tenido la consideración en ningún acto de repudio que han hecho en este país.
Yeah, so yeah, of course. I remember actually being around 7 years old, back in the 80s. And I remember seeing an image on the TV of a mother and a child running towards an embassy, and she was carrying some items, and then he fell down. So she threw everything away in order to pick him up and take him with her and keep running. People were running over them, and I remember seeing those images that they affected me tremendously, because I didn't understand why a child my age was going through that. And the same thing happened today. Same thing happened today. They have no consideration for kids. Same thing that happened back in the 80s, happened in the 90s, happens all the time. They don't care about kids. They have no limits.
Ok. Ahora, vamos a hablar de este proyecto, esta iniciativa nueva. Tiene a todo el mundo revuelto.
Let's talk about this new initiative that has everybody talking about it.
Cuéntanos un poquito de qué se trata.
Sí.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Todo surgió repentinamente en una de mis directas hace aproximadamente 2 semanas, o sea, este viernes pasado se cumplen 2 semanas. Tengo que buscar la fecha exacta para marcar esa fecha en mi calendario. Estaba haciendo una directa comentando sobre la situación de que Luis Manuel Otero Alcántara había convocado a ir hacia el Capitolio a exigir la renuncia del ministro Alpidio Alonso y del viceministro Fernando Rojas por su actitud represiva, violenta contra los artistas y periodistas que se manifestaron frente al Ministerio de Cultura. Estaba yo diciendo, bueno, y ahora con las nuevas medidas que han puesto por la pandemia de la COVID, no permiten que te concentres en parques, ni que te concentres en el Capitolio, ni te concentres en ninguna parte. Solamente permiten que se hagan colas. Y dije, bueno, ¿por qué no hacemos la cola de la libertad? Hacemos una cola por todo el país, la cola de la libertad, y así pues, es la única manera que nos permiten que nos reunamos, pues hagámoslo y exijamos la libertad, la dimisión del Partido Comunista de Cuba, y así empezó todo. Terminando yo mi directa, por Messenger me escriben muchísimas personas diciéndome que sí, que la cola de la libertad, que hagamos la cola de la libertad. Me escribió una señora y me explicó lo de la cadena báltica en los 3 países de Europa del Este, que se hizo algo así de 600 kilómetros. Investigué y ya empezamos, Gretel Salermo también, Ángel Tour. Enseguida nos pusimos en función de la cola de la libertad, porque ya empezaron mucha gente a escribirme la cola de la libertad, y ya, pues nada, no me quedó de otra que empezar con la cola de la libertad. Y se me fueron ocurriendo ideas, y no a mí sola, sino también a otras personas que hemos ido conciliando, hemos ido organizando, y entre todos estamos formando la cola de la libertad y organizándola por todo el país. Debo añadir que gracias a la voluntad de tantas personas, tanto fuera como dentro de Cuba, es que se está consiguiendo organizar esta cola. Y gracias a que queremos ya terminar con esta dictadura. Muchas personas, incluso que trabajan en el MININ, por interno me apoyan y me dan información necesaria para poder seguir organizando la cola de la libertad.
Ok, ¿se está hablando de una fecha ya?
No.
English? No English?
Oh,
English, un momento.
ok. Entonces, bueno, sí, ok, ya, go.
Espera.
Sí.
Espera que haga el traductor.
So it all happened. So the question was, how did this initiative or project of the Line of Freedom started? And Iliana said it all happened suddenly about 2 weeks ago, and I have to find in the calendar when exactly it happened. I was broadcasting directly from Havana, and that day I was talking about Luis Manuel Otero Alcántara, asking people to join him in the Capitol building in Havana. Where he was claiming, he was asking for the resignation of the Ministry of Culture, who had a very aggressive interaction a few days before with some young artists. And when I was saying that, I thought, well, I realized that under the COVID guidelines in Cuba, there is no gathering allowed. You cannot, groups of people are not allowed. The only conglomerations or gatherings that are allowed are lines, when you make a line to buy chicken or bread or something like that. So I said, well, why not? Why don't we make a line for freedom, a line where people can ask for the end of the dictatorship of the Communist Party. And after that, I had a lot of feedback through the messenger and private internal communications lines. And someone even told me, some lady told me about the Baltic Line back in 1989. And so, we started to work on it together with Gretel Salermo and Angel Tour and other people in and out of Cuba that have been very, very helpful. So thanks to the goodwill of these people, including some people on the Cuban military forces or secret police who are also providing information. We are working on it right now.
Ok, pero he visto videos con una fecha de algo. ¿Hay una movilización de una fecha de marzo 6?
No. Vamos a ver.
I've seen some videos about some mobilization. Is there a date? Is it March 6th?
No, no hay fecha, porque esto tiene que ser algo improvisado. O sea, la organización de la cola tiene que ser por todo el país, pero el momento de la cola es improvisado para poder burlar a la seguridad del Estado. Soy consciente de que ellos están detrás de cada movimiento mío, detrás de cada paso que yo doy con respecto a la cola. Por eso no soy yo quien va a decir el día, el lugar ni la fecha. Va a ser algo espontáneo.
Yeah. Ok, entonces, pero ahí sí hay me dicen que tenemos una manifestación internacional.
Ajá.
So Iliana's answer, if you want, I don't translate anymore. I would love to speak only Spanish. Iliana's answer was, no, there is no date planned for the Line of Liberty. This is going to be improvised. It's going to be a national mobilization. And the day will be determined on a future date. It's going to be, not even I know the date. I won't even announce the date. It's going to be a spontaneous movement, and it will be announced to the coordinators last minute, but not even I know when it's going to happen. Now, okay. Ilka was asking about March the 6th, because I know you saw a video about March 6th, right?
Sí, dicen que es una manifestación internacional en apoyo, es un apoyo a la cola. Ok.
Sí, así es. Internacionalmente, todas las manifestaciones, porque allá no la pueden sabotear, pero aquí dentro de la isla se tiene que hacer de esa manera. Primero hay que darle mucha publicidad a la cola para que por lo menos el 80% de la población sepa que se está organizando una cola de la libertad en toda Cuba, que no hay ningún peligro de que te puedan reprimir, porque se van a enterar de la cola de la libertad el mundo entero en el momento que haya muchas personas en esa cola. Normalmente siempre hay muchas personas en las colas, siempre la hay, pero cuando sea la cola de la libertad va a haber muchísimas más personas, y en ese momento es cuando se va a avisar a todo el mundo para que todo el mundo pueda llegar a tiempo y no dar opción a la represión, porque cuando ellos se enteren ya no van a poder hacer nada. Sabemos perfectamente que el mundo va a estar mirando toda esta situación porque vamos a encargarnos de ello, y ya va a ser muy difícil reprimir a esa cola.
Yeah, so yeah, there is an international rally organized for March 6th supporting the line of freedom, and also in support of women's rights, which in Cuba are violated constantly. Y también apoyando los derechos de la mujer que en Cuba se violan constantemente. You have a perfect example right there with Iliana. Ahí tiene un ejemplo perfecto con Iliana. La cola itself, the line, needs first, it needs a lot of publicity. We need to spread the word and make people in Cuba aware, at least 80% of people aware of what the line of freedom is. So when it happens, the whole world will know. Once the line starts, everybody's going to get together, it's going to join the line. International media is going to be reporting about it, and that way we will suppress the chances for the secret police and the repressive forces to repress the people who are participating in this peaceful protest.
Okay, so te tengo una sorpresita. Quiero que veas algunas fotos y que me expliques qué sientes en el momento que veas estas fotos.
Before we go there, I wanted to acknowledge the people who are organizing this march on March 6th. Antes de pasar a la foto, quería agradecerle a las personas que están organizando la marcha. Creo que la iniciativa viene de España con Lazarito Mireles y muchísima gente más. And I wanted to thank the people who are organizing the march in support of the line of freedom and the rights of women in Cuba who are violated by the dictatorship, like Iliana, Angel today, and Amelio Mara. Is a long list. It's a historical list that includes the ladies in white, las damas de blanco. So
I think they're doing it mostly to support the women in Cuba, from what I understand, right?
Yeah. Well, no, on the line of freedom. It's both. It's both. So I understand that there are going to be marches in Spain, different cities in Spain, Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Sevilla. I think Kentucky, Miami, Uruguay, Paraguay, I believe, Ecuador, many countries are going to be marching for the line of freedom and the rights of women in Cuba. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I thought it was important.
No, I thank you.
Pero estaba diciendo a Iskra que mucha gente en muchos países, Ili, van a estar marchando en apoyo a la cola de la libertad, en Kentucky, Miami, España, varias ciudades, Uruguay, Paraguay, Ecuador, muchísimos lugares. Si se me queda alguno, por favor, perdonen. And Iskra wanted to show you some pictures.
I do.
Okay. Iliana, Iskra te quiere enseñar unas fotos. Iliana está más congelada que la libertad en Cuba.
Iliana está diciendo, ¿qué me va a enseñar esa mujer?
Girl, don't freeze. She's frozen.
Oh, no.
She's probably, right now, she's probably under attack. So people who don't, are English speakers or Americans who are listening to this, right, Iskra, there is a monopoly of communications in Cuba. There's only one company. They know perfectly well about Iliana, and they constantly take her data connection away. They block her. It's a constant struggle. It happened on Friday. It almost happened today, but she always has different ways of.
At least we got through the interview, which was a good thing. I mean, I wanted to obviously finish it, and I hope so
She might be able to reconnect. Let me see.
Be able to reconnect.
And Gretel is on the background also helping us.
Right.
Let me see what's going on.
Oh, Greta is saying that Las Vegas is also going to be joining.
Yeah, Canarias, Miami, Las Vegas. Yeah, Gretel just told me. Kentucky.
There's a lot of all over the country. Cubans outside. Okay. We've had oh, that's too bad that we lost her. We've had all kinds of issues with Facebook today. I couldn't connect. We could not connect to her. And then also we've had for some reason the chat on our YouTube channel is not working. We have all kinds of issues.
What happened with YouTube?
All kinds of technical issues happening here, but yeah, it is what it is.
Is YouTube not happening?
YouTube is happening, but for some reason people cannot chat on the, like they can't write.
Yeah, it says chat is disabled for this stream. Why is that?
I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't do anything different than from any other time I put this on. So
well, people can go to Facebook and write.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing. That's what they've been doing.
Thank you, Tanya. So, we're more.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we're gonna I don't know if she'll be able to. Do you want to send the link to Gretel?
Let me give Gretel was refusing.
Okay. Oh, there she is. There she is. We got her back.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah.
Es
horrible.
Tarda un poquito porque tengo que hacer algunas maniobras.
Ya. Sí, es por el VPN, me imagino.
Magali tiene que hacer unos maniobras.
Ya. Ok. Antes que te me vayas, te voy a poner unas imágenes, no muchas, solo para que me digas qué sentiste en ese momento cuando te tomaron estas fotos.
So before you leave, I want to show you some pictures so you tell me exactly what you felt when they took these pictures.
Ay. Bueno, el otro día pasó así y estaba mi mamá y mi tía viéndolo, recordándolo. Yo no lo había visto, yo no lo he vuelto a ver. En ese momento sentí mucha rabia de esas personas que estaban haciendo toda esa maldad a todos nosotros y sentí mucha pena también por esas personas que se prestan para toda esa maldad. Y eso fue triste.
Explícale a la audiencia qué te estaban haciendo en ese momento.
En ese momento
puede haber una audiencia que no sabe lo que está pasando ahí.
Sí. Ahí fue el tercer día que estábamos acuartelados en San Isidro.
So my mom and my aunt and I, we were remembering this picture the other day because I hadn't seen the picture again. And when that picture was taken, I was feeling rage and I was feeling shame for those people who you see on the top of the picture. Those are the people who participate and lend themselves in these pro-government rallies of harassment and repression. And then Iskra, what was your question? I'm sorry.
Que le explicara a ella, a la audiencia, qué le están haciendo en ese momento.
What was going on? Please explain to the audience what was exactly happening there. ¿Qué estaba pasando ahí, Iliana?
Fue el tercer día que estaba yo en San Isidro, el primer día de la huelga de hambre. Nosotros llegamos a San Isidro el lunes 16 de noviembre. El 18 nos plantamos en huelga de hambre porque la seguridad del Estado les robó a una vecina que nos llevaba alimentación a las 15 personas que estábamos allá adentro. Y ese día les robó el dinero y la comida que nos llevaba a ella. Entonces, pues decidimos 9 de las 15 personas que estábamos dentro de la vivienda plantarnos en huelga de hambre. 4 de ellos en huelga de hambre y sed, y los demás decidimos, los otros 5, huelga solamente de hambre. O sea, estábamos tomando agua. Y nada, detuvieron a mi madre y no la dejaron llegar a donde estábamos nosotros, y yo salí y les dije de todo a esos delincuentes, porque es lo que son unos delincuentes, y esa imagen representa eso, ¿no?
Okay. So what happened was that was the third day that we were in San Isidro, in Damas. ¿Cuál era la dirección? Damas 954. ¿Cuál era?
55.
55.
955.
So yeah, that was the third day that we were in the address of. It's become a famous address. It's Damas, like dames or ladies, Damas 955 in the neighborhood of San Isidro, where this movement became famous. And we were hunkering down there for 3 days. But this picture specifically was the first day, not this one, the one before, the first day that we started a hunger strike. And the reason why was because the neighbor who was bringing the food and some money to us, the secret police stopped her, and they took the food away, and they took the money away, and so we decided, 9 people decided to go into a hunger strike. Out of the 9, 4 people also refused to even drink water. So that day when that picture was taken, my mom was coming to visit me, and they stopped her and didn't allow her to get through. So in protest, I went out to the street, and that's when the picture happened. Iskra, would you mind taking Tania Barquillo's comment away? I appreciate it. Tania is a good Cuban fighter too. She supports everybody. But it's kind of, it won't let me, it doesn't let me. Just click on her comment. It's probably up in the chat. Sube el chat. Está arriba de Jiménez y Estrada. Saludos a todos los que están aquí. Besitos.
Para que no te congelen más.
Le hace falta un abrigo de libertad para que no se vuelva.
Sí, hace mucho calor, si me abrigo ya.
Tania is saying, it's kind of a war game. She's saying, Iliana, get a coat so you don't freeze anymore, like cyber freeze. And I told her that she needs a freedom coat. And
bueno,
freedom coat.
Esta foto que estamos viendo es del día 16, el día que llegamos a San Isidro. Nos hicimos esa foto todos para subirla a las redes sociales y para tener un recuerdo de ese día, ¿no? Que estábamos todos ahí. Ahí la verdad es que ahí se ve, se desprende la libertad, porque nosotros, aunque vivamos en dictadura, todas esas personas que están ahí en esa foto vivimos en libertad, porque nuestra mente está libre, aunque nuestro cuerpo puedan encerrarnos, puedan hacer lo que sea, nosotros somos personas libres, aunque vivamos en una dictadura, porque nuestra mente está libre.
Yeah, that picture was taken on November 16. That was the day we arrived to Damas 955 to San Isidro, and we took it in order to upload it to social media. In that picture, you can appreciate how we are all free in our minds, at least, even when our bodies are in the prison that constitute Cuba, and even when sometimes they put us in jail or prison, in our minds we are free people.
¿Algo más que quieras decirle a nuestra audiencia sobre la cola, sobre alguna otra cosa que estás trabajando ahora en estos momentos?
Anything else you want to say to our people about the line of freedom or any other thing that you're working on right now?
Bueno, sí, simplemente decirles a todos que por favor nos apoyen muchísimo en el trabajo que estamos haciendo por la libertad de Cuba. Aquellas personas que ayudan a sus familiares económicamente aquí en Cuba, que por lo menos sus remesas sirvan para que estas personas puedan vivir independiente del régimen, pero también luchando contra el régimen, que no sirva solamente para sostener su vida económica aquí en Cuba, sino también su vida futura, que ayuden a que no tengan que enviarle en un futuro ninguna remesa a ningún cubano, porque sería significativo, ya que tendríamos nosotros el trabajo, la libertad y el salario digno que nos merecemos todos para que ningún cubano fuera de Cuba tenga que enviarle dinero a ningún cubano dentro de la isla, y que sí se pueda ir a donde esté ese familiar en el exterior con nuestro propio dinero, y que ese familiar pueda venir a Cuba, una Cuba libre, lleno de regalos, como es lógico. Cuando vienes de un lugar siempre traes regalos para tu familia, pero que sean regalos de souvenir, regalos porque te apetezca hacerlo, no porque sea una obligación hacerlo, porque no tengas nada aquí en nuestro país. Eso es el mensaje que quiero decir. Y bueno, decir también que las instituciones internacionales que velen por la mujer y por los derechos humanos, nosotros somos mujeres, estamos siendo maltratadas. Yo ahora mismo he empezado una serie de tweets contando la represión, el maltrato que hace este régimen hacia mí en Twitter con el hashtag "soy una mujer maltratada", pero no me maltrata un hombre, sino un régimen tiránico. Y cuento lo que me hacen día a día, por ejemplo, en estos días que me están dejando sin internet, y así lo voy contando en Twitter.
So I'm mistreated not by a man. Okay, I hope I don't forget that. So no, lastly, I would simply ask for your support for the freedom of Cuba. To those people who have family in Cuba and send them money or remittances, I would also ask them to, when they talk to them, when they send them remittances, to also tell them about fighting or doing something for the freedom of Cuba, or being aware of how necessary the freedom of Cuba is. So they could help also in the change that we so badly need. So no more remittances are necessary. So we have a significant change in the future of Cuba, where here in the island we would have the freedom, the jobs, and the monies. So no more dependence is necessary from our family members in outside of Cuba. And so we can also travel both ways, back and forth. And when we receive visitors from the United States in a free Cuba where we have dignity and good jobs and salaries, you can bring presents, but more like souvenirs instead of things that everybody's obligated to bring now in order to survive. The other thing I'm doing now is I want to make the international organizations and groups aware of the repression and harassment that women are suffering in Cuba today. I have actually started a campaign in Twitter where I'm tweeting every day that I am a woman who is violently abused, but not by a man, but by a regime, by a government. And so I have started this campaign, sending these tweets on a daily basis, and I'm retweeting. Y yo los estoy retuiteando. Ya de hoy, actually, I retweeted the one. Ya lo retuiteé ya.
Y hace falta que se sumen más mujeres como yo aquí en Cuba que están siendo maltratadas por este régimen para hacerlo más efectivo.
And it's needed that more women here in Cuba get together in this initiative. So we denounce the violations that women suffer by the regime here in the island.
Que a mi entender son todas.
Which in my understanding is every woman in Cuba.
¿Algún Facebook page donde puedan localizar lo de la información de la cola de la libertad? Puse el hashtag de la cola de la libertad porque yo sé que están usando este hashtag. ¿Algún grupo de Facebook, algún lugar donde te puedan buscar? Cuéntanos.
Sí, bueno, yo estoy de lunes a viernes a las 4 de la tarde en Cibercuba Noticias. Ahí cuento muchas cosas de la cola de la libertad. También tenemos la página que vamos a empezar ahora. No voy a dar bueno, de todas formas se van a enterar los represores, pero ya para esa fecha voy a tener ya solucionado el internet, porque hay que también trabajar en base a eso. El próximo viernes, a partir de las 8 de la tarde, vamos a estar todos los viernes a las 8 desde la página de Facebook, La Cola de la Libertad, para transmitir también desde el canal de Facebook, de YouTube. La Cola de la Libertad. Todo lo que sea La Cola de la Libertad es nuestro. Desde ahí se van a enviar todos los mensajes, todas las campañas y todo lo que se esté haciendo en relación a la cola de la libertad. Es bueno también decirles que se aceptan todas las sugerencias, todas las ideas que tengan las personas y toda la ayuda, principalmente para los que están dentro de la isla trabajando en las provincias para la cola de la libertad, que no tienen recursos, y hay que ayudar a esas personas para que puedan imprimir folletos, para que puedan comunicarse con los demás en toda la isla y que puedan hablar con otras personas y contarles de la cola de la libertad, porque la información queremos llevarla mínimo al 80% de la población cubana.
So yeah, every day on the page of Cybercuba News in Facebook, I have a direct video from Cuba where I report live from Havana every day at 4 p.m. in the Cybercuba or Cybercuba news page in Facebook and their website as well. We're working in a new page. I wasn't going to say anything, but I don't care. The secret police is going to find out anyways. And on that new page, also in Facebook, we have el grupo. We have a grupo La Cola de la Libertad Oficial. We have the group in Facebook, La Cola de la Libertad Official. And we also have a page. We also have a page in Facebook, La Cola de la Libertad. And then we have a YouTube channel, also called La Cola de la Libertad. Everything La Cola de la Libertad is us. So Fridays at 8 p.m., we are going to be broadcasting live from the YouTube channel and the pages in Facebook about updates, things that are going on. All the messages and all the campaigns that you see around with La Cola de la Libertad is produced by us. But we do accept suggestions, ideas, most definitely support. There is people in the provinces who don't have resources, and we are helping with printing flyers, printing material. There is the PayPal. Thank you, Iskra, where people can make donations. We're buying papers and printers, and also helping with the communication, because the purpose here is to spread the word and disperse the message as much as possible, so everybody, at least 80% of the population, is aware of what La Cola de la Libertad is about, the freedom line. So any support that you can provide, we certainly appreciate it. Voy a hablar del file que estamos manteniendo con la transparencia, Iliana.
Sí, importante.
Yeah, it's very important. We are keeping a spreadsheet with all the information and all the transparency of people who donated. They're going to receive a code, and on private message, Iskra, you are 003. So on the spreadsheet that is going to be public, you're going to see 003, $20 on paper for Riquet, Angel, $50 on a printer that was bought in Santiago de Cuba. So it's going to be very transparent. We're keeping it that way because we know how important and controversial this can be. So that's everything she said, and a few things that I added.
I see that.
Eso es todo lo que dijo Iliana, y unas cositas que yo añadí también.
Sí.
Pues eso es todo lo que yo tenía de mi lado. No quiero tomarte más tiempo. Sé que tu tiempo es precioso, así que te doy las gracias en nombre mío y en nombre de todos los cubanos por todo lo que haces día tras día dentro de Cuba. Realmente como cubana, como mujer, como madre, como admiradora tuya. Te doy las gracias.
That's all I had for you. I don't want to take a lot of your time, but I wanted to thank you before you leave for everything you do for the freedom of Cuba. And I wanted to thank you especially as a woman, as a Cuban lady, and definitely a brave woman.
Y espero que un día te pueda conocer en persona y darte un fuerte abrazo.
And I hope that one day I can meet you in person and I can give you a big hug. That was me. That wasn't it. No, that was Iska. Eso fue
para mí también ha sido un placer estar aquí contigo, con Ángel y con el otro muchacho que se sumó.
Riquet.
Y
Riquet,
bueno,
él vino, parece que de la playa, ¿viste? Él vino un poco.
Sí.
Ahora lo voy a sancionar porque yo soy su mamá.
Sí. Mira eso. Y nada, y agradecerle muchísimo el interés que tienen ustedes también por Cuba, porque seamos un país libre, porque todos somos cubanos y yo creo que ya nos merecemos vivir dignamente y libremente sin tener que tener una vida de chantajes ni de mentiras. Queremos vivir en un país sano, un país libre y que podamos vivir todos dignamente. Muchísimas gracias y nos vamos a ver muy pronto porque muy pronto Cuba va a ser libre. Porque vamos a ir todos a la cola de la libertad porque no queremos más dictadura.
It has also been a pleasure for me to be here with you, Iskra and Angel, and that kid that I don't know if he came from the beach. And he's trying to look like Yotuel or Carlito Madrid. Yeah. I don't know what the issue is, but anyway.
Muscles for freedom.
Thank you for your interest for Cuba and for the freedom of Cuba. We definitely deserve living in a free country, in a free society. And I also, ¿qué fue lo último que dijiste, Iliana? Que tú también querías conocernos en persona.
Claro, cuando Cuba sea libre,
And I would also
que va a ser muy pronto con la cola de la libertad.
Exactly. And I would also love to meet you in person in a free Cuba, which is going to be very soon, with the line of freedom, or the freedom line that we're organizing.
Gracias, Iliana. Buenas noches.
Bye. Love you.
Okay, so about the Constitution.
This is how extreme sometimes some constitutionalists go. When listen to this. When we uploaded pictures of a little flyer of La Cola de la Libertad showing up in different provinces, there was a guy, and it's public. His name is Marbella Puro Confort.
Of course.
He lives in Spain or something.
Right.
His complaint was that instead of that, why didn't we print the Constitution? And I told him, well, if you find a way of, in one little piece of paper, printing the whole Constitution of 1940, we will certainly support it. But you first find a way. I mean, people.
That's not gonna get people in the streets, yo. I mean, we get it. We're gonna use the Constitution of 1940. It's the only one we have. The war, there is no war, there is no discussion. It's over.
Right.
We just need to get people in the streets. For the love of God, let it go.
So I want to say, because there's a lot of people on the chat that wanted to come in while Iliana was here. The reason why I didn't bring people in while she was here is because it's very hard to conduct an interview when you have a panel full of people, especially if we are doing an interpretation. Okay, it's very, very hard, and especially when they're from Cuba. The lines, it's just too hard for us to do this. So I need people to understand that it's just not feasible. We would love to be able to do it, and maybe in tomorrow's Cuba, this is going to happen, and that's why we're fighting for this to happen. But with today's internet, the way it is in the system that we have currently in Cuba, we just can't do it. So I wish we could, but it's just not happening. Look at this guy. Can we get?
Just ignore him. Just ignore.
Well, but he can't be doing this. I mean, he can't take over the chat.
This is like one of these guys that they go into the Capitol building.
Right?
It's like, bro, we were doing so well. We're gonna use the Constitution of 1940 when we win this thing. You won.
Don't go to the
Let
extremes.
it go. You
don't
won.
Go to the extremes.
You don't need to convince us, man. We get it.
Gretel just reminded me something that she is working. So Acuartelados. So people sometimes confuse Movimiento San Isidro, the San Isidro movement, with the Acuartelados. Acuartelados is what Iliana was talking about. It's the people who hunkered down in Damas 955 in the early November.
Right.
Some of the people who were hunkered down in the hunger strike are not even members of the San Isidro movement. Right. For example, Iliana, the two people who were repressed today, Angel and Adrian, they are not San Isidro movement members, but they were hunkered down in Damas 955. So not me, Gretel, who I don't know how she finds the time, but she doesn't stop. She's creating now, she's going to create a channel on YouTube for Acuartelados de San Isidro, where we are going to upload every video of every repression meeting, manifestation from the government against the Acuartelados when they do it with Michael Absorbo or with Luis Manuel or Iliana. All of those videos that we already have, we are going to create, ¿cómo se dice bóveda?
Vault.
A vault where we are going to store for history all of these, and they're very important because we are finding people, repressors. We are identifying them with their faces and their names, and that's going to stay there for future, because some of these people will have to pay for what they did. And welcome, Mr. Fulano de Tal.
We welcome. Hello, sir. How are you?
You're here working my ass off all day.
Well, let's try to keep it without bad words.
I didn't know. You cannot say that word.
You gotta say boomsy.
Not in the presence.
I'm gonna send you a video for a comedian that is making a manifesting termination of that word.
I understand that, but you know how these social media.
I didn't know that. Swear to God.
Well, look at that glamour, man. Look at her.
Oh, maybe because that, but I thought
I don't like bad words.
Okay, I got you. And tell me, I can send you a YouTuber that he's not getting that word out of his mouth.
And well, that's just not me. That's not.
I understand. I thought you said it was a regulation for everybody, but it's okay. I understand.
It is right. No, it's just not how I work. And
okay, I understand.
Sorry, and and no showing skin, like like all that muscle and all that.
What about this? What about this?
Even if it's Carlito Madrid.
Carlito Madrid is not allowed in here without.
I got you.
I can guarantee you that he is not allowed in here unless he is dressed.
There you go. That's good.
Of course.
Good rule.
These are
I'm gonna be ashamed if he comes here like that.
It's my channel.
That's what's up. That's why the reason I don't have a channel.
Yes.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say, like, it was an honor to see Iliana with you guys, and it was a freaking good show.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
a good show, a good program.
Both.
Okay.
You know, program and show right now, they are kind of like the same when it comes to this kind of they're becoming the same.
We're getting better at this. We're trying to up our game.
Yeah, I'm trying to go after you though.
Good.
I think we should what do you think, Iskra, about an idea that they actually bring an Anglo, or not an Anglo person, but an Anglo-speaking person, like no Spanish person, like doesn't matter what color they are, but
I
somebody
would
really.
love to.
We're trying so hard,
and that way we can actually start to go a straight target American people, and we do a little bit mucho, whatever.
If you can find me someone, I would love to interview someone.
I can get you somebody. That's not
I know Poncho N that would like to go over here and do your thing.
I would love. I mean,
I think I do have a person. I had a person that was a district something. It's actually a half a politician. That he did a career short period. He's out, but he still want to go back. Whatever. Very very elegant man. He speak. Okay. But he's American. He's born. And he's interested to a Cuban thing. I think if I can tell him more or less what it is, he kind of find a good schedule for him. You don't have to be a big intervention, but you can talk. You can actually, as a host, can talk to him in your perception. You can ask him deep questions. He was in the Obama time. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Of course, I would love to.
Yeah, I'm gonna contact him. Last, I had to block him because he was asking for money, but maybe this time.
Well, he's a politician.
I don't have to worry about. And maybe for a little fame and a cup of coffee. He's
a politician. They all ask for money.
Oh, trust me, it's unbelievable, especially us. Unbelievable. But he's a guy that can be. He spoke in camera pretty well.
So Roy Quintana Perez is new in Facebook, and he's saying, "Hello, I'm from Cuba. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Roy. Thank you for joining us tonight."
Let me do an experiment. Can I do an experiment?
You
Guys,
can.
I'm just gonna do an experiment real quick with my daughter.
Okay.
And this is for you, Humberto Mondejar, or what the hell ever. I hope so. Hey, baby. Question for you. Have you ever heard about the San Isidro movement?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard about Humberto Mondejar?
No.
Thank you, baby. Have a good night.
Oh, snap. Bro, what's you guys have to cut this. You have to cut that and put it into a video.
Drop the mic. That's it. You're done.
Yeah. Poof.
You can end the show on that. Hey,
holy God!
They're gonna accuse you of cyberbullying.
Oh man, that was crazy. That was awesome, guys. Awesome. Oh
my goodness. Okay. Sorry, you.
Man, I'm gonna copy that crap.
Hey,
Jose, how are you, Jose? How you doing?
I'm good. Great show. I really liked the interview. Really enjoyed it. Awesome work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I try to do my homework before I interview my people. I try to bring a little bit of what they've done. Bring a little bit of their story before. I like for people to know a little bit of them personally. I try to ask questions that maybe some people don't know about them, and then bring it to light about what we're talking about. So yeah, I like to get a little bit of background first. So, but thank you. I'm trying to get better. My biggest problem with this is the production side of the. I have issues with the background and the links and the Facebook and all that stuff, because sometimes my production guy he's around here somewhere.
This guy's in and out. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, sometimes just
Jose, when the heat is bringing in, and he sent me the short commercial. You can interview him in your show, and you.
Who?
And after
Who is
he,
it?
the one that we had the meeting, the whiskey guy.
Oh snap! Heck yeah!
And I think after that, Iskra can do it. Iskra Risky.
Yeah.
We're working with a guy,
I know.
Iskra, that is it's actually literally one head taller than me. Like this, he's like.
Oh my God!
And he's tried to. He's very sympathized with the Cuban position. He knows about San Isidro. He's a very, very, very elegant man.
Okay.
Very, very educated, and he's
His grandma was a bootlegger.
Oh.
Yeah. His grandma. You can Google it. His grandma was the only female bootlegger in Iowa. She sold liquor to Al Capone.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
This guy very interested, and he's with us. He's very sympathized with the Cuban cause. Of course,
Okay.
he's a businessman, and also he's a partner with the business. He's gonna start to promote his whiskey, and he's gonna be a sponsor for a boxer that we know.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanna join us in this cause, and it's very interesting people. I forgot about him. We can use it. He's American. He's on top of that, as a bonus, he's a multimillionaire.
So, Riquet, they're asking us what's this streaming all about? Oh, okay. So the streaming is about. We had a interview with Iliana Hernandez about a new project that she's doing in Cuba. So if you didn't watch this. First hour of our show was an interview with someone from Cuba. So, Leo, you're gonna have to go back to the beginning of the show.
Right now, she's chatting with a pucho good-looking man over here.
You missed the good part of the show. Now we're just we're just talking about. So, I want to though before we get off topic, I do want to talk about everything that's gone on this week, because we've had a lot of things happening this week.
Oh, do you put the images of the repression on the house where they killed the dog?
I have
tough to watch, but
I have a young man over here. Where is he? Oh, over there. Yeah. Oh, that way.
That's an awesome video. Not an awesome video. It's horrible, but it's
in charge of videos and pictures and all that stuff, because like I'm supposed to get ready like for the interviews and get like all this other stuff ready.
Yeah, all the hats and the good looking.
Exactly.
Well, it doesn't have to be for this live, but but for a later live for real. Like one of the members was from San Isidro, one of the people inside the house. And they killed his dog. And they painted his windows in this house with kids inside the house.
This doesn't just happen naturally, by the way. This takes time to put it all together.
I know.
Right, Riquet?
That's right.
I think
I have because I have some recent news that I wanted to
I
share
think
with
you
you
are
guys.
dating someone and you don't want to admit it in public.
I know, right?
No, I'm just working out a lot, bro. That's all I do.
You got
I just work out.
taken by some professional, independent woman in Atlanta, and you don't want to admit it.
A feminist.
Hey,
I'm dating a feminist.
tell him
That's
that's
all.
a unicorn. That's a unicorn.
Hey guys, I have to go.
We
but
lost it again.
I have to go, but I just want to say, like, thank you so much for the show. Thank you for bringing Iliana, and I leave you my link. I did the premiere of my channel today. And
What's the name?
The Real Cuba.
Okay,
That's what Cuba. I was like, "Who are you? I only have one son."
You should have called it the real thing.
Riquet, can you copy it and put it like in one of those banners so that we can?
Yeah, you can put the first video here, no problem. Like if you want, it's a one.
The Real Cuba, right?
The Real Cuba.
You can put the link to your channel so that people can see it.
I'm working in the name of my channel. I had two top.
You need to do a channel.
I need to make a decision between Mr. Delicious
Oh shit.
Just do fulano de tal, bro. Come on.
Fulano de tal is just right.
Let me
Fulano
address.
de tal is just right.
No, you said something earlier today that you were
Oh,
like
actually-
the delivery guy. What was the name? Like the transportator? I don't know, something like that.
No,
It's
no,
perfect.
I had a channel since I only use it for video. I have my own channel that called in Cuba Solas and Lenguas.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
Let
true?
me address that comment from Yamilet. Y un besito by Yamilet. She's good friends with Iskra as
But I
well.
only do videos.
Yeah, Franco.
Yeah,
The dog, when
the dog is alive. Yeah, the dog is alive. I heard about it.
when the act of repression was happening, with all that violence and the kids crying, the people, the secret police, whatever, the repressors, before they came in, they put a substance that put the dog to sleep. That's what I thought it was gasoline, because when you are full of adrenaline, you are not distinguishing very well your senses. But it was some type of what they call the laughing gas or something like that they give you when you are a child in the dentist or
So
whatever.
what I would like, Angel, what I would like for us to understand is that perhaps the people that are watching, a lot of us understand we know what's going on, but many people that might watch this show later on have no idea what we're talking about. So we need to tell the whole story, because
Do you have a producer?
that's what I was trying to get to.
All right. I get it. I'm back. Jesus. I wanted to
There
show
we
you guys
go.
something first.
Mira, Enrique, I got this
Dime.
for you. When you come to Tampa, Chapiro
Lefty steers, really? Excellent. I love lefty steers.
from Chapiro.
Espérate, I got one for you. Espérate.
Uh-oh. Okay, so also I wanted another rule: don't talk at the same time, because then nobody can understand us.
You have to create a new channel with no Cubans. Lágrimas de Ciudad Claria.
Oh my God.
That one's from my store.
That's good. That's good.
That's really good.
Pero primero vamos a ver cómo se llama esto, lo que ha hecho Ángel Tour a este señor que no para de molestar.
Uh-oh.
Oh, snap.
Okay, that was it. I actually wanted to share a news article with you guys, see what you thought. It's a little bit more serious, so here we go. ¿Dónde lo puse? Espérate. Míralo aquí.
Yeah, he keeps going.
Don't worry, it'll be over soon. Here we go. Everybody wants to sleep nowadays. ¿Y esto dónde está, Jim?
¿Qué pasa, Ricky?
Here we go.
What happened?
No, otra cuestión aquí.
Well, anyways,
Esto no es
guys,
fácil, ¿oíste?
I'm gonna keep watching because I have to keep doing, I'm working on my next video.
We understand this takes time, and it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, Fulano, I need your feedback, okay?
Yes.
Angel, the same for you.
I already subscribed. I'm gonna wait.
Please. Okay.
We're all gonna subscribe tonight. We promise.
Thank you so much.
I did that last time.
And when
Do it today, because yesterday I tried, I couldn't find it, but today I'll find it.
is he ever live, or is he doing recorded sessions only?
He said that after the recorded sessions, he's going to do a live about the recorded session, but I don't know when.
Okay, but he hasn't said when. Okay, got it.
All right,
Yamile,
guys, so
we love you too. Besitos.
this news came out about 3 hours ago.
Okay.
And it's regarding
Okay,
some
that's
Cubans that were found on a raft in close to Florida. Hold on.
Dania Beach. That's north of Miami. Dania Beach is. So I think it's Broward County.
It's Florida, though.
The mom of the kid said that the dog didn't die.
Oh, Martin County? Was it in Martin County? That's up north.
Yeah. What happened was it's oh good Lord. I don't know why it's lagging so much. Maybe I have too much stuff going on, but the state of desperation is such that Cuban pregnant women venture to the high seas in a crowded makeshift vessel in an attempt to get to the United States. The Martin County Sheriff's Office released a video Monday showing the raft with the 2 pregnant women and six men took on a large wave and capsized Sunday near Port St. Lucie.
Yeah, that's north of they went up north.
They got in the Gulf Stream.
Yeah, they were up there.
Wow.
A team of civilians and St. Lucie County deputies and fire rescue personnel rescued them and brought them to shore. The migrants told they were from Cuba and they had been at sea for more than 16 days. 2 pregnant women out there.
Oh, wow.
Holy snap.
That desperation.
The fire rescue took them to local hospitals and they were in a stable condition. The feds say that they have stopped more Cuban migrants in 2020 to 2021, which starts in October. So from October to October 2021, than
right now we're seeing new videos showing the danger migrants are putting
Dude,
themselves in trying to reach
2019-2020 fiscal year.
on this
I don't put the
rescued off
video.
Port St. Lucie overnight.
Don't
Border
hey,
Patrol
stop the
agencies have
video.
already stopped more Cubans
Please.
so far this fiscal year. And
Put the video.
Yes. You never know, Silver Cloud.
Copyright?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so let me get the. I'm gonna keep reading the article then. Is La Cola de la Libertad here? Big? Okay.
Yeah, La Cola de la Libertad. That's what Iliana is organizing in Cuba, the Freedom Line.
Okay, gotcha.
You should be aware of it.
Yeah, the Freedom Queue. Love it.
Thank you.
I'm aware. I
The Freedom Queue, really?
That's
how corporate you are.
Bro, like that's what they call it in England, and they're super communist, so I call it the Q. Okay. Cuban migrants, right? So there's been more from October 2020 until now. There have been more migrants stopped than in the whole 2019 to 2020. So October, November, December, January, February. So 5 months, less than half the year has more than last year's entire year. Of migrants, of Cuban migrants. On Saturday, the U.S. Coast Guard have rescued 5 men about 2 miles southeast of the Lake Worth Inlet. The migrants told the Coast Guard it had been 16 days. On Friday, Customs and Border Protection detained 13 Haitians, a suspected U.S. smuggler in Dania Beach. Okay. On February 12th, the Coast Guard searched to no avail for 2 groups of migrants. I think we already knew these news from before, at least in Spanish, that vanished as a group of 10 disappeared near the Florida Keys and a group of 6 off Fort Pierce. These they haven't found them. They probably died in the ocean. A survivor told a Coast Guard crew who rescued him earlier this month that he spent 2 days in the water after a boat capsized and 6 other migrants who were traveling with him vanished.
Wow.
That ship has sailed out of the Bahamas. The Coast Guard found a vessel made out of styrofoam, that's us, blocks, and wood that a group of Cuban migrants sailed out of Havana. Here we can see the
I was there once.
rescue of 2 males, Lake Worth. Okay. Yeah. And
wow.
Repatriated 7 Cubans to Cuba after Coast Guard cutter Richard Edwards' crew stopped their sea voyage due to safety of life at sea concerns, obviously. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy. Yeah, man. Do they not know that the law had changed and they can't do that?
They do, but when you don't have a home, when you don't have a home, you don't know that joke about the Cuban guy get a visa and go to see a Santero before?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you don't have a home,
crap.
You're grabbing anything.
Well, people are coming to live undocumented. I mean, that's a new reality. People are coming in rafts hoping to make it and live, undocumented. Is the new...
It's better than the situation over there.
That's one thing that's pissing me. Yeah, that's true.
Well, you have to understand, if you're born in another city that is not Havana, you're still you're an immigrant in your own country. You cannot move. You cannot go here. You cannot go there.
Look at what la señora saying. El canal de las emociones. I couldn't write before. Yes, señora, we know. Unfortunately, there was an issue with our Facebook YouTube channel that I have no idea what we did, but apparently I did something that I have no idea.
This is from the police, so I think I can show it.
Madrina, come up to the canal so I can leave. I need to smoke my cigar before I go to bed. That's how much I appreciate you, Miss Salcedo.
Thank you.
I haven't smoked my cigar tonight.
Well,
you do 1 or 2 a day?
I get a discount on my 1040.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good.
Bye, Fulano. Bye, Jose.
Bye, Angel.
Love you guys. Thank you for supporting.
Bye, brother. Take care.
Line Freedom.
So crazy.
I'm there.
Freedom Line or as Lord
Freedom Q. Q. You gotta say it like the communists in the UK. Freedom Q.
Yeah.
Why is it a Q? What I don't
even know what a Q. I guess. Yeah, I guess.
You have to queue up to. It's a line. Es una cola, but that's what the British say it. Freedom Q.
Okay, Ricky.
We're not British. We're Americans.
Oh yeah, put the video of what happened today so people understand what you're talking about when you talk about.
Where are we exactly?
Angela.
That was the where they killed the dog.
Yeah.
They didn't kill it actually, but it was abuse.
It seemed like they killed
they didn't.
They painted the house.
It was animal abuse, anyways. They put him to sleep so they could get in and pay.
I think it's kids abuse, honestly.
Yeah, and kids. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, okay. They probably gave the dog pills or something, right? Some drug.
Yes, yes. The whole point is so that people see what we were talking about.
I think it has the good stuff.
I see. ADN should have it. But in order to understand what the backstory is, we were talking about it during our interview today. It's basically these acts of repugnance that these people do. And they did it today to 2 people of the San Isidro.
And the sad thing, some of the people doing the act were teachers.
Of course they are.
So, represión en Cuba. Well, let's see.
Have a good one.
Yeah, that's another money throw away during the big time repression when they were. I don't know if you guys know that, but there actually was.
Have you seen? Do you see this? Do you guys see this from right there? Democrats communications director to announce soon a new internet provider coming to Texas. It's called Etexa.
What? Nah.
No, wait. Where did you put it? In WhatsApp? Where is that? What are you talking about?
Right there is put it right there. You're gonna have to come in here now, and you're gonna have to explain this to us.
If you're gonna
that's a lie. Nah, he's messing with us. He's messing with us. Come on.
You're gonna have to come. Now you're gonna have to come in here and explain this.
Can you imagine if the Texans get
they're gonna imply a new system that instead you send the money to your family for internet service, they're gonna take it direct deposit for your check. You can't even send it; they take it for your check.
Or you can do automatic withdrawal.
Yeah, they're gonna do automatic withdrawal.
I think you do automatic. Holy shit!
They don't invent nothing. They don't invent nothing for people.
Okay, he's saying that was a joke. That moment was meant to leave when Riquette was having issues with the internet. And the reason why I get confused is because Riquette is not in Texas. I was like, in Texas.
Can you imagine the idiots that are going to do automatic withdrawals to pay electricity, to pay electric? That's so dumb. No, honestly, you're giving your big information.
In the new restriction, what it is in the past, you send the money to your family. So you charge the phone to your family, but people still can't charge themselves. Now they cannot. It's in pesos.
Yeah.
They don't want somebody from the farm Chihuahua in the Texas say, "Can I buy a year?"
That's crazy.
How many pesos?
More power to us, I guess.
Okay, so we have the video now.
Yeah,
there we
it's
go.
22
Okay.
minutes. I'm gonna go to
No, yeah, that's
Bueno,
enough.
mis hermanos,
aquí ven, al parecer está planeando un acto de repulsión.
That's when it was starting. That's when they said that people were teachers. Some of the people were doing the reporting act.
You can go forward.
Yeah, they put this at 2 speed.
You can keep going.
Okay, so right there. Okay, now they're gathering closer to the house.
Yeah, they break. You got to put it to the point where they break, where they jump the fence. And they come to the house.
Okay. They're getting ready. All right. Oh, well, they came in. What the hell?
Yep. That's when it gets bad.
No más miseria, ahora dictadura. Mira, se quitó el uso. Libertad, 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 libertad.
Okay. I know Otaola was saying that trespassing will get you shot here. But Fidel got rid of the guns immediately. Guns for what?
There was kids. There's a bunch of kids inside the house, and they painted the windows, painted the house, they did everything.
Let's see what they do.
Miren la gordura que tiene.
All right. Let me see where. Okay.
Yep, that's the part.
Ahí, dale, camina. ¡Ay, mira, te cayó!
That's so crazy, bro. Who has the time for that? What's Raidel saying? He's saying, oh, here we go.
He's here. He's not here.
That's so weird, bro. And they're like holding a Fidel like picture over there by the door. It's so funny.
Con menores de edad, de hecho, mi hermano, para que vea, Cuba tiene que seguir ahí. Son unos dictadores en el primer lugar ahí. Así mismo, más pintura, para que no se vaya para afuera ni para adentro, más pintura. Así nos gusta.
They're painting some kind of message on the floors. Revolución or whatever, probably, or Viva Fidel or something. No.
Yeah, earlier the Fidel sign fell off, and they were all.
That's explained everywhere.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter. I don't know.
Look, that's trespassing. That's assault. That's a burglary of property. That's
vandalism, all kinds of stuff, man. Yeah.
That's like animal abuse, child abuse. I mean,
wow, that's some crazy stuff. All right, that's enough of that.
Okay, yeah, I can't take it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, my apologies. I don't know. There is something wrong with the live chat. That comment was meant to leave when Riquel was having issues with the internet. I was spinning, I was unloading, and then I hit send, and it disappeared in the nothing. And then it popped up. I saw it popped up in the chat like 5 minutes when they were talking about the rafters. I'm like, man.
The Clarios are hacking us.
What is she talking about?
The catfish, man. The catfish are out there, man.
What part of the United States you live?
I'm in Texas. Kylene.
Ah,
That's
Kaylin.
probably
Yeah,
why
Fort
you
Hood.
have
I'm a
a
few
out there.
minutes from Fort Hood.
Close to Houston.
Oh, yeah, you're down there. Yeah.
So do you guys have water yet?
It came back, but we were about 4 days with no power, no water, no internet. So I was back in the server. I was getting snow, put in the jacuzzi and melting it to flush the toilets. It was
Wow.
back in Havana in the 90s.
You could go to a hotel.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God you knew how to do that, and because you had been through that before. A lot of Americans don't even think about that.
Happened to us one time.
You have a cubito, bro. You got a cubito next to your toilet.
Hey, don't laugh. But this one is good. This one says Lowe's. At least it has a brand.
This one says Lowe's. That's right. Every Cuban has a bucket and a machete, man. You gotta have a bucket. You can't
Absolutely.
go through life without a bucket and a machete. Oh,
Yeah,
good Lord.
Definitely can't.
Yeah,
with this last video, this is crazy. I can't believe that these people just.
I think they're scared, but at the same time, like so they're mobilizing all their whatever supporters they have or whatever people they give a little bit of chicken to and whatnot. It's I think the end is near though.
I think this is great for all us lefties and Democrats who try to pretend like he was not that bad. The evidence speaks for itself. Like this is something that you can show to anybody and say, "What? Are you kidding me?" Like
that's something that Leo from Brazil, the Somos Mas coordinator of Brazil, he was talking about going into the forums of these lefty people and then just calling them on their BS. I think we might have to start doing that. We gotta start trolling these guys, man, because we can't just you can't let the light propagate.
I got a system with the lefty, man. You invite them to a bar, order a punch of drink, and let the tap.
Oh yeah,
leave the tap. That's so messed up, though.
They told me they messed them up because they cannot pay the tap.
Yeah.
Try. Trust me, try. They're gonna start to fight each other.
Got it.
And they don't believe even if you tell them that you came from there. They don't.
Because it's not about logic or evidence.
No, but I was on one earlier today before I got here, and that video, they had nothing to say. They were like, they had to say, yeah, this is horrible. They had nothing to say. There's nothing to be said.
What can they say?
Wait, do you have that on your channel, Jose?
No, it was in some other channel. They saw lefties.
Bro, yeah. Oh yeah, I guess you can't play it.
I don't want to risk the copyright.
What I do is, because sometimes they have these Zoom calls, I'll screen capture the video on the Zoom call for what I think they're called the Solidarity Movement for Cuba and Solidarity Movement for Venezuela. I did that a couple of times, but you gotta get a program that records the screen, and then just have at it.
Yeah.
Because we gotta blow them out the water. We gotta troll them. They're terrible people. They gotta learn.
You know who was there too? Ernesto's from Cubanos Canadians. He was there too. So yeah, we were killing them. They had
nice.
Oh, good. I'm glad you had backup.
Did they record it? What channel was it? Because I want to see you guys in action.
Did I say flyer?
What? Hold on. I didn't see your flyer, bro.
But yeah, it was good. It's good stuff. That's all I can say.
Today I went to do something, whatever. I tried to make that picture to put in a teacher. Whew, almost impossible, man. That's crazy. You only can do it in white t-shirts. The machine that I'm using, I don't know if somebody can do it. The machine that I'm using, you only can do it in white t-shirt because it had too many colors. And if the t-shirt is already colored, cannot print it right.
What image you're talking about, Flo?
This teacher, put that picture in a printing machine.
Oh.
Because I tried to do the same t-shirt I use, put that picture in the back and put it super connected. That way, when people see you in the front, it's a very mellow t-shirt, everybody go, oh, okay. And when you pass by, they turn around and they see, there you go. That's what's up.
Like they were asking on the chats for Patria y Vida t-shirts on the public chats on 2 or 3 streams. I've seen it. People from Cuba asking for the shirts.
Yeah, I'm going to open we're gonna open an online store, but I'm going to ship a poncho to Florida to give it away to a few people that like it, and the rest of one, I'm gonna send this guy different colors. That way he can switch it and rotate it.
Right.
What about the Jose Marti one with the stars? Where can I get that one?
Supposedly Saturday they did something. Now I think that you have much. Those give it away Saturday in somewhere.
Okay, let's get back to our theme because we're kind of getting off track here.
Sorry. Go. Put the topic.
Let's get back to our theme because people are going to be leaving us if we don't get back to business here. What else do we have on the plan? We get anything else that?
No, I just had the that news item. I wanted to I wanted to touch a little bit on the legal cases that they're working out in against using the Helms-Burton Act.
Yes.
In Texas, but is legalese. Basically, some of them are going through, some of them are not. The thing is, it depends on the judge. So some people say the defense says that the person that they're suing, like Carnival Cruise or some other people that did business, like Pernod Ricard in France, that did business with the Cuban dictatorship, they cannot be charged or they cannot be sued because the restriction came into effect after they started business with Cuba. However, the original Helms-Burton Act is older. It's just that these companies took advantage of the break that I believe, who gave them the break? I think it was Clinton that gave them the break or Obama.
1996.
Yeah, 1960.
Right. So they took advantage of that break, but the actual law itself
is from 1963. Yeah.
So the judge, it depends on the judge whether they want to let this lawsuits go through or not. So some of them are going through, some of them are not. That's about it. Like I haven't heard, I haven't found these cases from Ignacio, the Spanish guy. I keep trying to look for them, but maybe they're under a different name. So, and he doesn't give that information, but that would be good to know.
Fulano, how many visits does the new song have? So we have a new song that has recently come out. How many visits does the video have on YouTube?
Last time I checked, 1.7.
1.7 million.
Last time I checked, and this is only in the platform that you only see the song all day in YouTube. But each of them have a channel, have a platform. That last time I showed, the server was 900 and something thousand. And I don't know if you guys know, but Gente Sona by themselves, they had a video, they had 1.3 billion viewers, different song. I mean that when people realize they're the one in the song, it's going to be stupid.
Right.
But they have, last time I checked, 1.7 in 4 days. 4-5 days. 1.7 billion viewers.
Have you guys heard that, like, if in Miami, principally, like the radio is the radio playing the song?
I haven't heard any of that.
I'm going to check here in Jacksonville in the radio station. I'll call and see if they can play this.
I know in Canada today, in Canada, somebody came out with a phone and they were playing it in a grocery store, and it was owned by, I guess, a Cuban or somebody working there. But
well, I saw an interview. I mean, they uploaded on one of our chats, Riquet.
The reaction by the Dominican. Yeah.
That was awesome. They did a great job.
I know in Cuba they are listening to it. They are.
Yeah, in Cuba.
So this was a local first. I don't know where that station is. This is a YouTube channel, and it's a Dominican station. It's a Dominican show. And they were talking about the song. They were talking about, what's going on in Cuba. And they have a lot of followers, actually. It was a pretty large I mean, Dominicans are pretty big, here in the U.S. And so I was surprised, and I was very happy to hear that that we were on there, and that the song was on there. So I think this has been a hit for sure. And not only is it a hit musically, but it's going to bring attention from the world, and inevitably we're gonna hopefully get some more support from the community.
So far that reaction from El Show de Valentin has 68,000 views, like the Dominican couple there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. And I looked at the comments. It's like 1,000 comments, and there's a bunch of Cubans there saying thank you for playing it and reacting. So they're showing a lot of love,
Yeah, and they weren't just playing the song. They were talking about what actually was happening inside Cuba, and how the younger generation is just fed up with what's happening, with communism. And so it's been great. I was very happy to hear that.
I was curious, what will happen if people that go from Miami, or Canadians or Americans, if they have any Cuban friend, we could ask them to go and try to play it over there, play it on their phone, but see what happens. What is the police going to tell them?
It's being played in Cuba. Being played in Cuba. Actually, we found out about the song through through my husband's son, who lives in Cuba, in Camagüey. We found out about it through him, and he's like, "Esto está aquí sonando atrocho y mocho."
The very first day that came out.
The very first day. We found out through him.
Okay. My mom told me that.
Very good job at keeping it a secret and then blowing it up there.
I don't know if somebody from Havana, there is a market where they sell vegetables and stuff like that. I don't remember how you say in English, the agro. And it's on Tulipan. It's on Tulipan. It's Nuevo Vedado. Well, the day after, it came out at night during the show of Otaola, and then the very next morning, my mom went to buy some food over there, and the guys that work on the clerks, they were playing it. And she said that she went back 2 days ago, and those guys were not there again.
Wow.
So.
Well, all we can hope for is that people continue to hear it. People continue to hear the message behind
I like the idea, though. Like every American friend or any Canadian friend we know that goes to play the song. I like that. That's a good idea.
Because
eventually people are going to go.
They can't stop them from playing it. I mean,
that's true.
What can they do to them?
And if they do, what are they going to say when they come back? What did they arrest you? Who was playing a song? I mean,
I didn't know.
Can you believe it? Can you imagine that? Then definitely, the U.S. is not going to be able to open up with business to Cuba, because if they start arresting can you imagine if they start arresting Americans for playing songs in Cuba?
They might ignore it, but I don't think they're gonna.
I mean,
they might say, "Hey, can you keep it down?" But they're not going to go.
The Americans themselves are not going to allow them to ignore it. That's just plain and simple. Americans, forget it. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Democrats can say all they want, but at some point they want their freedom, and they don't stand up for having those things taken away from them. They just don't.
No. Especially it's a song.
Exactly.
That was genius. That was a genius move.
It was absolutely.
It is really catchy.
Take advantage of it.
It's pleasant, even if you don't like that type of music. It's not unpleasant. It's nice.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get picked up by other people that react to rap music in Spanish and things like that.
I mean, I don't like rap music. I honestly don't. But this song it has a good mix of the two things. Of the old and the new. It's just and it has a good message. That's all. I think the message just comes across correctly. It just brings out the best. And I don't know, we can't play it in here, right?
No.
No, we can't, unfortunately.
Permission. You guys have a contact.
That's the only thing I don't have nothing
I
against
think
the
we
song.
could comment on it because that's what people do. They react to it, but they have to pause it like every 20, 10 seconds or something so that the system doesn't catch the.
I would love to
we'll have made it copyright free, so free distribution through everything. But
yeah, unfortunately.
True that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, guys, it has been a great evening. Thank you for joining me. Fulano's already left us. I don't know. He's in the empty room. I kept him from talking too many times. I interrupted him too many times. He's like,
I think they call him.
Forget this lady with the hat. Forget her. She's.
No, don't worry. This guy, he gets disconnected real quick.
I know. I understand. I'm trying to keep some sort of order here so that people, because we forget that hopefully, the reason for the show is for people that are not Cubans understand what's happening in our country. And so we need to have the content in some sort of way that they can understand it. If we're
that was a cool idea, though. I think we need to do that. Whoever is doing English content, because invite English people here.
Yeah, I agree. I
think that's something we can try. Let's see if it works.
Just don't know I don't personally know anyone that would like to talk about Cuba myself. So it would be hard for me.
Riquel was talking about it yesterday or today. I heard it somewhere, and he's completely right. Most of the people care about it, but they don't care about it every day. I mean, they want to talk about it.
We have to link it to something that's happening in America, and it's like a tangential thing. When the boats meet across the middle of the night, that's when you can get the Americans to pay attention. They
got to realize that it's going to affect them eventually.
Yeah. So if
we say, so maybe we can connect them to the song
we can talk about if to get conservatives or maybe we can say, oh, look at the crisis at the border. Look at all these Cubans. It's weird. These caravans, there's something strange about them, or you could say maybe for somebody that cares more about the humanitarian side, you can say, look at all these people that are dying in the water, in the sea, or this song was by 5 or 6 black guys in Cuba. What about Black Lives Matter? That will be interesting. We are still in Black History Month. Maybe I could get this song to be played in a black thing here. That's interesting.
Yeah. That would be cool.
That would be cool, right?
I wonder how people react to that one.
Yeah.
Send it to RT News. Send it to RT News and tell them that
that's Jose Views. That's what you said. We need to join these organizations and events that are from that side of things.
But how Candace Owens was doing I don't know if you saw Candace Owens and somebody else. They were doing these events where they were getting people together, and all those people were the ones in charge of making people come to the lives and to the videos. The people that go to the event.
Do they let you in? Because we've tried. Me and Riquet tried to go into some, and they wouldn't let people go in.
Well, I don't know if they'll let you in, but my idea is to create a Cuban night here. There's a club here called Cuba Libre, and create a Cuban night.
If they see that you're kind of right-handed when you're on the chat, they won't let you in.
Also there's that, yes. What I was thinking more of if we go through the civil rights avenue, don't say anything about Trump or whatever. Just say, let's. Anyway, he's not the president anymore. It doesn't matter.
Of course.
If you just want to say humanitarian, black people, women, old people also need help in Cuba. Everybody needs the dogs. Good Lord. I think if we do that, we may be able
Everyone loves dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Animals.
I think people love dogs more than people.
So
there are times I feel
We should
people
send
love
that video
God
over to Peter.
it's my dad. So yeah, let me think. Let me see what I can work out here. I would love to do an event in the Civil Rights Museum here regarding, like Black Cubans or something.
That would be awesome, Riquette.
Right?
That
I
would be
think so, yeah.
ideal. That
But
would really.
all these installations are always COVID, and
I know. I mean, that's
it's
what
so
happened
annoying.
to me. I used to be very involved, and I used to go to a lot of Democrat and Republican local meetings. I used to be very involved, but now everything is virtual. And I honestly,
look, we kind of lost the freedom of
not the
assembly.
same.
You can't network. You can't network when it's virtual. You just can't.
It's just not the same for me.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
No, not at all. But well, let me chew on it.
Plus, I'm in the middle of tax season. I only take this time I mean, I truly love my country, and this is why I take time here. But I just can't afford to take time off right now. Yeah.
Yep. I understand.
I think that's genius. Genius. I was thinking, if you could take it from that angle, Tuskegee College, for example, they have big links.
I would love
the top of the Democratic
Tuskegee
Party. I've been there.
College, man. Yeah, I read Booker T. Washington's biography, man. That guy was amazing, bro. Amazing. Like he was a slave, but he worked so hard, bro. And his philosophy was, education and hard work, man, all the way. No, don't take any free money or anything like that, man. He did it since
that
he
was always
12.
my angle here.
Yeah.
That was always my angle, and I would go. I
don't think he would like the way Tuskegee is now.
And I would go to the women's rights, and speak for women's rights, but I would talk to them about what's happening in Cuba, and I would go to their luncheons, and I would talk about what's happening in the Cuban migration, and why is this happening, and because they need to understand. And so that was always my angle.
I think that I haven't wanted to go so much into the racial thing. I get into it a little bit, but it's like it's tiring. But at the same time, I have to be realistic about where I live.
They use it all the time.
Exactly. I mean, if
we have to play their game,
context
and unfortunately, we have to learn to play their game.
Yeah. I really hate it. Like,
I know.
I wish I could just be Cuban, but no, I can't. I'm only Cuban when I disagree with my barbers, and they tell me like, "What? You voted for Trump? You're not black. You're Cuban."
You can be Cuban all the time. You need to incorporate it.
Have to play their game.
But dude, let me tell you, I was going to a nightclub a couple of weeks ago, and there were a couple of young guys in front of me talking. They were American black, and they were, talking about what black people talk about, kind of complaining a little bit. But then I spoke, we got to talking to each other, we disagreed. And then one of them asked me, "So do you think of yourself as black?" And I was like, I had to wait. And I said, "No." Like, whoa, why do you say that? What do you say that?
They get upset.
You told him you were no black?
Yeah. And because I knew where he was coming from, then he said, "I told you." And then the other guy, "Why would you say that?" And I said, "Because what you mean by black is not just a skin color.
Right.
There's a lot of baggage with being black in America. You have to think a certain way." And I told them, "You don't own blackness.
Right.
Black American culture is famous because it's American, because America is the most powerful country and they export it. But there's more black people outside of America."
You know what I get then? I told them that I'm more black than them because I'm born in America. My granddad was a slave, and I know a few African dads that they don't know.
Wow, man.
I'm serious. And it's true. We know a few. Some of us know how to speak Ñeñigo, which is African dialect for the Abacuar religion, and also some kind of richer thing. I know that not that good about it, and I don't know that much about it. I don't race like that, but I read a little bit, and I know I got that more cultural than them. You need to talk them. You don't let them.
I don't like
plus when,
you know.
But when an
like,
Afro When an Afro-American,
don't like
when
to
an
tell them
African-American goes outside the country, they're not African-American, they're American.
Right. Yeah. I just don't like to condescend to them like too much, you know, like because I know there's some black Cubans and they say, oh no, man, we got the best blacks, you know, we got the kings from Nigeria, and that's why we have the religion and we kept the culture, whatever.
The feeling,
you know, all that crazy stuff.
Panamanian, Cuban, Colombian, black.
You know, I don't like to do that, man. No.
You've been black all your life and you've been discriminated, and out of the blue, you're not. You step up. Same thing that I told you a few years ago in Jose program. You know how the African American call themselves outside United States?
American?
Exactly. They're not African American.
No.
Because outside United States, they're not African American. And it's for them, it's better the people on some place call them American because it's a prestige. And that's what happened to Latin African. Latin African, we were discriminating in our country, especially Cuba. And you come to the United States and you're not black anymore. You say, oh, you know what? I'm going to stay here. I'm Hispanic. They start to call you mulatico. They start to call you whatever. You say, you know what? I'm out. I'm not black anymore.
So what, you feel more part of the mainstream Cuban culture here in America, outside of Cuba? You're not black, you're not negro anymore. You're Cuban now.
No, I'm black, bro. Trust me. I was.
Well, I know that you're black.
30 minutes. I was 30 minutes argue because they don't want me to be black when I get my first document in the United States.
Oh, they want you to put Hispanic.
The one they actually told me. Somebody.
Wait a second. Wait, I'm not understanding. So there are two boxes. It's ethnetics, which is your Hispanic ethnic, and then there's right, and then there's you have to put white. What's the other one?
No. In my time ago, of 20-something years ago.
A long time ago,
this is late.
They didn't have that distinction.
It was actually not black. It was African American.
So it was just black, Hispanic, or white. Okay.
It's Asian. It's whatever, and it's Latin and others.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the girl asked me, I said, yeah, God, I'm black. No, but you're not. I said, okay, I'm not black. Okay, go ahead. What do we want to do? I think it's just my thinking. I thought she was joking. And she said, no, I cannot. You're not black. I said, what? Who makes you know I'm not black? What's wrong with you? And I started arguing with her.
Of course. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
I should be the supervisor.
Can you supervise?
This guy said, no, you Cuban.
And what did her supervisor say?
I actually told her, okay, in Cuba, what do you think I was? Everybody's Cuba. I was blind in Cuba, and I'm blind here, and I don't care. And I started arguing. And my wife was like, but what are you arguing with? I don't want to be Hispanic. I'm black. What's wrong with you? And they don't let me. I said, okay.
Hey, but now we have our own Cuban box. The last thing I filled out, I think it was for a mortgage application. It was like they have Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican. Like they're trying to get
any federal or state job you get to fill out Cuban, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now the boxes are this much.
Yeah.
This is my philosophy, and I could be wrong.
I'm kind of proud. Like we're making an impact. Though. Like there's a Cuban box.
Between genders and ethnetics, we're not going to have enough space for all the boxes that we have to fill out.
This is my philosophy. My understanding of my philosophy. I could be wrong. It is the more minorities they separate, they keep the minorities fighting each other and separate, and they're never going to be a minority.
I agree.
I
agree. I could not agree more.
That's what they do. That's what they do. That's amazing. Because you know what? You know what I find out? Because I get deep in that one. You know what I found out? You're from Finland. You're an immigrant too. But you come in the United States, you can't sign yourself as a Caucasian.
Right. I don't know though, because the Finnish are closer.
You know why? You know why? Because they added to the majority.
Oh, automatically. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
I'm leaving that shit. I'm sorry. That's a shit.
I don't know, like, but the Italian and the Irish.
I don't remember what you put.
I'm gonna put a buzzer. One of those buzzers. I'm gonna have. What's his name?
What are you doing, lady? I'm talking to.
But wait a minute. What if I was born in the Caucasus Mountains? Wouldn't that make me Caucasian?
Besides, you guys can make investigation about it. Google it, find a book, whatever. It's only races in the world. There are Negroes, Caucasian, and Mongolians, and Indian. That's it. The rest,
it's a mix.
I have an African American in my job that says that Jamaican black people are not black. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah, exactly. And they
do that because
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
the thing is now. Well, you know what? I'm not mad at Black
How we
Americans.
got into races, I have no idea, but
It's okay.
okay.
You know what I get you the worst? Risque, you know what I get you the worst? Nigerian, the North African American in this country. Nigerian.
Nigerians are.
How about that one?
They are a topic.
Nigerian.
What do they say?
Nigeria. You know, black. What?
They make more money than the Asians, the Nigerians. They're the best.
They are. They say they're not black.
No, the thing is like there's a movement now for Black Americans to say that they are ADOS, American descendants of slaves, or FBA, which is Foundational Black Americans. Any case, they are not like me and Fulano or Jamaicans or Nigerians. They're Americans that were brought here a certain way, and they want their rights only, reparations for them only.
That happened before. Like
they don't want immigration, like.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, right then.
No, I said that happened before. Remember Liberia 120 years ago?
Oh yeah.
Everything is
the people that believe that they're thinking and they're better than others. If you remember, the first people to exploit other people was the monarchs that was saying they have blue blood, and then my blood is better than you, and they were the same color. And there was human being tried to oppress another human being. That happened everywhere.
Dude, I've had Black Americans tell me, that Black immigrants, what they do is they are part of white supremacy. They kiss the butt of the white supremacists, and that's why they get ahead in this country. Because they conform, because we cut our hair, we try to look professional, and we're successful, and that is a way to kiss the white man's butt. And we are agents of the white supremacists.
There's a lot of complicity in that, in the whole equation. It's a lot of complicity. The way, for example, Nigeria is true. They're very good in the United States, but of course, because the only immigrant, the professional.
That is also a true story. Exactly. That is also there is a self-select. Yeah.
The doctor, super engineer, people that can't open a brain. It's in Nigeria, killer now that he's like 13 and he speaks like 7 languages. He's about to finish college.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fair enough. But it's not a skin thing.
Exactly. But the confusion is the division they have here. And I'm going to put you an example. Okay. It's a lot of Black immigrants, for example, Latin part, Panamanian, Cuban, Colombian, Venezuelan, all that, okay? They come to the United States, they have to the first thing they deal with their community. Their community accepted them as a Colombian, Panamanian, Cuban, whatever it was. The community accepted you. But when you get here, you realize that they have a different attitude with you that you have in their country. They try to discriminate you anymore. Now we are Colombia, now we are Panamanian, we're Cuban. But they realize that the defect of that is that in America, the Black community have a better status than the Latino community.
Oh.
And they don't want that mix because that made them separate. So you practically taking somebody from my community to integrate it to your, that I don't like it, or I don't agree, or I don't accept it. And that's the division. And the division started like that because it's a way to keep, like I said earlier, a bunch of minority fighting each other, or at least be separate. That way they never can be together. And it happened to us. Luckily for us, we are about to get a very good union in Cuban, and I hope we stick Cuban all the time. Cuban here and Cuban will go back, because trust me, you can say whatever. I don't want to go back to Cuba and the freedom, and we became black and white again.
No,
nah, man.
I hope we're Cuban, but then too.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen. I mean,
I hope not.
Cubans, but you know what? This administration, I think that is one of the keys to pass or gain some support. So they tied a little bit the knots on Cuba. They obviously care a lot about the racial part, right? If they don't gonna care that the Cuba don't have chicken, that they're making lines, but they're gonna care when they see pictures of Afro-Cubans, I don't know you guys, but for people watching, being mistreated or harassed or abused or in jail, if they see that, maybe that resonates more than seeing a line of regular people. Because what they tell me all the time, Americans tell me, so what? There are another 100 countries in Africa and Asia that don't have nothing either. So why is so important Cuba?
But I beg to differ, because I've had this conversation with Black Americans, and I have actually shown him Black political prisoners and their testimonies, and and I've shown him how they've been beaten up, and I've shown him what they've done to him, and he still comes back to me and says, this happens everywhere. This guy there's no, Riquet know who I'm talking about. This guy is like, there's no winning with him. And he's a university philosopher, one of these guys that he's
and the dictators.
Your regular,
you have to remember the dictators.
Democratic professor who went to South America and
Henry Louis Gates
over there of the revolutionaries.
Yeah, you talked to Henry Louis Gates?
Yeah.
No.
You also have to remember the dictator for 62 years been doing a great job related with that. They've been keeping the Black people as a service or oppressor, and because that is a lot of people.
You guys, they really have.
And the Black intellectuals are socialists.
That's the reason I keep telling you guys, watch the slave white. They had everything there, everything.
They have used you guys like their shield. They have used you guys, and now to be honest with you, the Democrats do it too. They do it all the time too. They don't understand, and I don't understand how Americans don't realize this.
If they did it,
but that's exactly what Democrats are doing.
They're doing it to actually do something.
They're the ones doing it forever. They've been doing it since
forever.
1865. Sorry, they've been doing it forever. And people still don't see it. It's blind. That's the reason. I don't know if you guys watch it. It's a documentary, really good one, called 13. You guys watch it?
No, I have to look it up.
I recommend the guy. It's called 13. It's about the 13th Amendment. Do you know what usually is that one?
Yeah, that people in jail are technically still slaves. Yeah,
exactly.
Because forced labor is the only place where you can still have forced labor when you go to jail.
A guy. Trust me, it's unbelievable that documentary.
And of course, jail is full of Black people.
Of course it is.
They even have Angela Davis in that thing. They went to 5-year investigation. They did a really excellent job. Yeah. And it's people talking the truth.
She's also a socialist, but
Yeah, but this is. I talked a few days ago to somebody. In 1959, or 59 or 16, I remember. I think it was 59. Fidel came to this country. People criticized that the Black people was clapped for him and everything, but people forgot that they don't have the information about Cuba first. Second of all, in 1959, let's segregate it here.
Yeah, he went to Harlem to stay at a Black hotel.
He went to Harlem. I had conversations with old guys that went to and clapped Fidel Castro in Harlem, and have been sitting in front of me in places, and they've come up and said, no, but that's not the Fidel Castro I know, and because the Fidel Castro I know, he's a good guy. And you're like, but you don't know. You don't.
A lot of Africans think the same way.
You ask him, can I meet him?
Yeah. It was a Panamanian general told me that, and I was actually was the only thing that somebody outside Cuba told me that I had to reflect on. Of course, I studied later on, and he says that it wasn't that bad. The scene said it was in a sacrifice of you guys, and that's where you have to look at it. These dictators sacrifice all of us for being there. So they keep the power, sacrifice the whole Cuban people. That's the reason they need to get out of there. They don't deserve anything. There is no way that you can condemn in any moment in that process that they did something for us. And the proof is today. They do nothing for Cuban people. Not even in an embassy, guys. That's the reason my campaign again, the embassy everywhere. In the embassy, we don't have no right. We can't even go to the Cuban embassy nowhere.
No, that's where the repressors come out of in other countries. They come out of the embassy to beat you up.
And Cuba have an embassy in almost every single country, guys. Cuba had an embassy in country, only have 12 Cubans.
Yep. Yeah, because they're spreading the socialism. They're spreading the influence.
12 Cubans, they had embassy.
Yep.
What any embassy there for?
Yeah.
That's a civil.
They have it in Malaysia, right? Like where that Cuban guy was.
They had in a small country in Africa that you don't even know the name. What the hell? And then that's what we need to next fight for sure. At least I'm gonna try. Embassy, all of them.
Yeah. Trinidad and Tobago.
Every single embassy. Put
Selling doctors, man.
Put a domino. Put the song.
Yes.
Put the song.
We gotta put the song in every embassy, man. Oh man, yeah.
Remember where they're from because they're the worst, and that's the civil army that they don't have outside Cuba. It's the army. The only thing they do is compirate all the time, every single case. And they have no business to be there. And because those people don't want to go back to Cuba, we need to make a noise on those.
They are political mercenaries. That's what they are.
Yeah, they are mercenaries. The real one. And they go to you. What's wrong with these people?
Yeah, we've seen them, Jose, right?
Embassy for sure.
Jose and I have been to a few of those places where they sneak behind the windows and they're looking at us and they're taking.
I'm the formation, I know them from that was kind of not my formation, but I was involved in that because that was the school that I went, all the thing, the kid. So the school that my dad sent us was supposed to be for kid whatever, and most of them was kid of the ambassador. Commercial, whatever they saw, and they're all like mean people. All of them, they've been raising the little to be bad, and that's what the army they're doing now. And that's all they're doing. What Cuban embassy in I don't know, in some country you don't even know, and they don't do nothing for Cubans.
Now that you said that, it's not a bit too much off topic, but it's related to the embassy. And I just remember I saw with my own eyes the Kuwaiti embassy, the Cuban embassy in Kuwait, guarded by us. By American military. All of them were guarded by the U.S. Yeah. And I drove, I was there a couple of times, and you stay a whole month in that place before you move on to the big stuff. And I drove by that place every day, and I saw the Cuban flags, and I saw the Marines in the front door, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, man, so many weird feelings.
They do have a company. We need to fight that one bad, very bad. Everything related with the complicity between the Cuban government and American government to let them be diplomatic. You get any size, you put Cuba, and everything is beautiful. It's actually hard today, even today, to convince a normal people that what we had in Cuba. Yeah, it takes 6 hours to convince somebody that in Cuba is no food. Yeah, it's no medicine. The thing about the doctor is a lie. They don't know. Oh, but it's a free education. How do you guys know about that? You got free education too? Really? Yes. You don't know?
That's the other part. They say, oh, no, you can't go to college for free in America. I got a full ride. You just got to get good grades. Like in Cuba, you need to get good grades because not everybody gets a career.
Yeah. And if you're 7 feet tall, you become a millionaire.
Exactly. So like that's another thing.
Why in school you still have the chance to go to work and pay your school?
If you get a scholarship here, you don't have to then work for the government for like really low wages to pay off the scholarship that you got. That makes no sense.
I got my first one, and my kid, it was not even that brilliant. It was me more pushing them, and then now super athlete. It was not good enough to get a scholarship as an athlete, and academic get there. I just got one graduate in December, 0 debt, and the other one is coming in this 0 debt.
Oh,
I'll pay the difference because it's a leftover. It's 2,000 to pay because dormitory, this, food, transportation. We all know that. Same thing in Cuba. You have to pay for you to go to school. You cannot go to school naked.
Right.
You have to wear some shoes and you have to eat. Same thing. But they don't analyze it that way. They think it's the other way around. And that's two. It's my first two. My third one is coming strong. And the other three going to finish college with no debt.
Yeah, man.
You have to be a good student. Listen to me, of course, but I'm pushing. I understand that I'm pushing. I'm pushing like a whoop because I don't let them. I remind them my problem.
Right.
Every day.
Okay, guys, I gotta go.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Hey,
Good
what do you
night,
think you got? What do you
everybody.
think you
Thanks
got
for
to the
joining us.
video?
Have a good one. Good night.
All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Great result.
Thank you.
Thank you.